Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Today we're taking a look at Riverview Farm for FS25 by CavalierRoy for all platforms. If CavalierRoy's name sounds familiar to you, he also is the creator of Ebony Island, Maypole Farm, and Glen Lethen, as well as the combined counties map, which was all four of those combined into one. Riverview Farm is a fictional UK map and offers players maximum flexibility by being able to buy the whole map. You also have modded animal pens to make things a little bit easier, expanded productions, and more. There's 4 different farms available for purchase, each offering something a little bit different from the previous. And the starting farm is just insane. There are 2 required mods for this, both of which will be submitted alongside the map as separate mods. You got Farm Productions, which was in Farm Sim 22, and Animal Barns, which is a modified version of base game barns that holds a lot more. I actually played this map, I think, for a few episodes back at Farming Simulator 22, which was a lot of fun. But really because it has a lot of modded stuff, and because everything is base game, at least all the placeables or their mod, you can easily just delete everything and create your own farm. Here is our PDA for the map. Now I've got everything purchased right here. However, later on in the video, I'll show you everything that you're going to be getting in new farmer mode. This allows me to show everything on the map. So up here is our starting farm area. We get Farmland 51. There's also 57 up here too. Boom, click it. And then that way you've got all this stuff. In addition to that, we have a few different animal barns up here. You've got 2 cow barns. We also have chickens, and you've got some tip triggers all the way around. Not to mention your house, we get a production and silo. And the animal barns are crazy. Starting off, you get 20 cows, at least in this barn right here. Down at the bottom right hand corner, you can see we also have 43,000 liters of food in there, straw 44,000, and I believe the slurry and the milk has been made because it's like 11:43 in the morning right now, so I've fast forwarded a few hours in the game. There's also the meadow grass where you can see all of that. If we jump over to chickens, if you're playing a new farmer mode, definitely remove the eggs because it doesn't spawn anymore. Like, the egg area is full. So you get 250 head of chickens, and it's got plenty of food in there for you guys as well. If we run around up here and over to this cow farm, this one's also got stuff. So if we look at the bottom right-hand corner, 30 cows up here, 43,000 liters of food, 44,000 liters of straw, and 87,000 liters of meadow grass. So looking good. The map features a lot more than just modified things, though. Actually, a lot of things are flipped the other way around, so you've got a little bit more unrealistic here and a little bit more difficult in other areas. For example, pricing, if we could find that, there we go, pricing is much lower. Like, this is in easy mode right now. They say that farm prices have been lowered by up to 4 times what they are in the base game. I would imagine it's because it's pretty easy to make some money on this. There's a lot of fields and a lot of different things to do, including those new production setups. Taking another look at the PDA itself, if we go way over here, nope, not there. Where's the store? Crap, I lost it. Oh yeah, store's right here. Although it's not showing up on there for some reason. Right here it is. Bam! You've got your store. This is the same one from the USA map. Right here, we've got our trigger to be able to do stuff there. And then they've added over here. It's a little bit different of a setup than we've got on the USA map, but hey, not too shabby. There is a big river that goes all the way through. Again, Riverview is the name of it, and it is surrounded by water on all sides. One of the big features of this map are these massive rock areas right in the middle of spots. There's quite a few where you can see we've just got these massive areas here. Usually you've got some logging on them. Down at the south end of the map, there's one that's even got a farm on top of it. There's another farmland right there, more logging areas. It's a lot of really cool stuff. Speaking of logging areas, did you know, you probably didn't, but 23,000 trees, over 23,000 trees, as a matter of fact. There's trees everywhere. There's also a port down here at the bottom right-hand corner, although for some reason my controller can't click it. There you go, you got your harbor. Let's visit that, and when we click it, it actually brings us back to, like, oh no, it is that area, isn't it? Oh, it's really difficult to get down in there. But there's a few other things around this area too. We will be back down here in a little while to show off every single production and all the good stuff. But it's pretty cool to be able to come down here. Another thing to note is there is a wall right here. If we pull this up, you can see there's a wall basically keeping us in here. It also prevents you from falling in the water. So that's kind of nice too. Like if we go all the way to here, and boop, stops. And other than things that I have mentioned, it's a pretty normal map, all things considered. I will tell you that at least in my preview version, Farmland 62 right here might be joined up with Farmland 11 later on. He's thinking about cutting that one up a little bit. So with a map with so much to offer, what do you do first? Well, I think we're going to go tour the main farms, and then we'll check out things around the map. We'll go from there. And we will start by heading up the main paved path to Newbie Farm. This is where our main farm is to our right. You can actually go up here to get to the cattle farm at the top. We've got some base game buildings on our right-hand side, and on our left-hand side over here, we've got a little silo to be able to be used, so that's kind of nice. It's got a full capacity of, what's this, 100,000 liters with no used capacity up. Although when I click that, there we go. Seeds, mineral feed, you got all kinds of stuff through there, which is kind of neat. Also, the fact that it has mineral feed, I think that's pretty cool. We've got even more buildings here on the left-hand side. Again, more storage than you will probably ever need, but it is nice to have. Lots of places to be able to put things. We've got buildings on our left. We've got another one right here. If we come around, we can buy lime and solid fertilizer. So holds 400,000 liters. That's pretty cool. You've got your fuel bowser right there. I say bowser, well, fuel spot right there on the left-hand side. Buildings right here to be able to drive through, go inside of, etc., etc. You do have a shop right here. Might be a little difficult having this in the middle because most people are probably going to pull their vehicles right there. So I imagine that might change up in the final version, or at least I'll let them know. If we come down and around, we have our cow pasture here, one of the couple of them. This one will hold 1,191 head of cattle. This is part of the cow barn large. This is part of the modified version of the buildings, which again will be coming as mods along with it. In here, a bunch of little baby cows. Well, I don't actually know if there's any little baby cows. These are all big adult cows. And if we jump this, yeet, and head over to what's in front of us, well, here we have a object storage, so that's pretty cool. Nice to see that. Here we have another silo system, so this is going to be for herbicide and liquid fertilizer. And back to the left is the way we came. If we go up this pathway, to our right, we have a couple buildings here. See, we've got a Fendt tractor with some front loader on it, and then around towards here, just an open shed, and again, this shed here. This one holds 1,198 head of cattle, and you can see we've got stuff that is mainly beef cattle in there right now, with dairy cattle around towards the other side. If we go up the hill here, we've got another area. This kind of reminds you of BGA a little bit. A huge silo right here, absolutely massive. Shed, we have our production right there, and we have our silo system there with a big old shed right there. Now, I'm not going to go over this production yet because we'll go over that with all of the productions once we finish up our tours. And around here somewhere, we've got a house, but I never can remember how in the world to get up there. I think it's around this way. Nonetheless, you've also got your chicken pen right here. This holds 2,005 head of chickens, and up and around, we have our house. There you go. Nice and good. And that is a tour of your main farm. There are a few fields here and there and around that have a shed. For example, we've got a shed right here. Of course, you can come through, cut all these trees down if you wanted to, and make a big old field out of all of that if you wish. Next, we will head southeast, where we will find this, those are trees. This farm right here, yeah. This is a big sheep farm, which is kind of nice. No sheep on the other farm. So heads up through there. If we come around, 2,141 head of sheep, and it will hold 1 million liters of food. That should look pretty familiar to you guys. Again, sheds all the way around with an absolutely massive pasture system in here with all of the sheep. Can you imagine 2,000 head of sheep in here? That's a lot. Now, from here, we are going to go all the way down here with our last two farms. Now, I'm just going to visit this because it's a whole lot easier than trying to run down here. Nonetheless, here we go. We've got more sheds, even more sheds over here, and even more sheds. We've also got a place right here for buying little baby piggies. Very, very cool. This one, I do believe, is unmodified. So you're going to find that at least at this farm here, that will be unmodified. I'm not sure if this one's supposed to be or not. All I know is that this farm, which will be the last one we look at, all of those animal pens are supposed to be non-modded. But in here, you can see we've got plenty of trees. We got some dirt and mud and things like that down on the ground, which is pretty cool. Big silo system, manure pit right there, and then huge buildings all around. We go out and around, boop, we pop out at the road. And then I guess over here, because we own all the land, you could probably put a sleep trigger there and be good. Not going to be entering that, but hey, it's there. Then from there, we go down and out, and we've got our farm down here. Now, I'm going to try, if I can anyway, to go here, and then we crank a left there, and I've got to remember how in the world to get up there. Ooh, that's a car. Oh, I always forget that they're going to be on these, on the other side of the road. And we should have our pathway. This looks like it's going to be it. We'll head down through here, and there we go. Hey, we've got oceanfront property. Very cool. I like that. Humongous silo outside with another silo. Two different silos there. Manure pit and a cow farm here. Now, I do believe that this is unmodified. It is, because all of the animal pens down here are supposed to be unmodified. I think maybe one or two of them are modded from the preview version. However, don't worry about that. It'll be fine. Come over here. It says 2005. Don't be expecting that. It's also a pigsty. If we swing right around, again, more buildings, more sheds, object storage. Each one of these is very independent from the other. I believe over here we're going to have some sheep. No, horse barn. Sorry, my bad. And then around towards here, what do we get here? That's our sheep barn. They kind of look the same to me, but what are you going to do? And lastly, chickens. So we've got all of the animals that you could need in one area here at the bottom of the map. And those are the farms that you can buy. But there's a whole lot more around. If we go into hot spots and we load up tip stations, you can see we've got stuff all the way around now. This is going to be adding in things like silos, for example, but it also adds in sell points. So you can kind of see where different things are around the map. I think that's pretty cool. And we've got a bunch, of course, spinnery there. You've also got piano manufacturer. Yes, we have one of those. Farm shop. You've also got your debris crusher, so on and so forth. There is a bunch of stuff through here. Oh yeah, the animal dealer is super cool. As a matter of fact, let's just head down here next, because it is one of the neat places on the map. Of course, you come in from the road, obviously. On our right, we've got plenty of little baby sheepies and a goat in there too, by yourself. You've got a place where you can, I believe, purchase or sell slurry. Similar thing here for manure. And then if we look in there, you've also got cows just kind of hanging out doing their thing. What's up, y'all? I love that you can add those into the game now. I think that's so cool. We do have a sell point down here and even horses roaming free. Did I mention there is traffic? Oh, yes. Plenty of traffic all the way around for you. Oh, yeah. That's a castle. This should look pretty familiar to you guys. If it doesn't, definitely go back and play some of the other farming simulator games. But yes, we do have a castle. From here, let's get rid of our tip stations and click out our loading station. So this will be things like the fertilizer places that we saw, or manure heaps, things like that. These are going to be all the way around. Again, yes, here we go. We've got a liquid manure and manure, so we will be able to buy those. That's pretty sweet. If we go down from that, again, we've seen animals before, but we'll take a look at those one more time. Up at the top, you've got a big cow barn, chickens, and more cows right here. We go down to here. We have sheep, and from there down to here, we have piggies, and then pigs, cows, chickens, sheep, and horses on one farm. There are no other animals around the entire map, only where I've showed you. And then productions. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And we'll click that on and off, and you can just see where all of the productions lie. They are everywhere. Let's start here at the top hand corner of the map, and this is going to be our farm production. If we click on that and we come over here, see if I can drop down, there we go, and take a look. Again, this is one that we have in the game. So productions, we can make diesel, which is kind of neat. Let's see if we can go down through here. So we need 6 canola, 6 water, and 6 methane, and that's going to make 24 diesel. It's pretty sweet. You've also got digestate, a couple different things of digestate coming from silage, manure, and slurry, making this basically a BGA. You've also got electric charge, which can be made. You can make hay from grass without losing anything. Herbicide, you can make lime, liquid fertilizer, manure. You can make manure. Okay, so 200 straw in, you get 200 manure, 60 methane, and 30 electric charge. That's neat. I thought only cows made manure. Moving on. You can make mineral feed, pig feed. You can make seeds, silage, a couple different ways to make silage. You can even just use grass. That's so cool. Look at that. Just grass in, and you also get methane out. That's pretty sweet. You've also got silage additive. You can make slurry, solid fertilizer, cut sugar beets, of course, and TMR. This is the one that is on your farm, so you get this by default whenever you start your game. This is incredibly useful, super duper handy. As a matter of fact, I also am curious of how much it holds of each. About 150,000, 300,000, 50,000 liters. And then output, see, 450, 500,000, 400, 300, 350. So you see, it varies depending on what it is. It's not the same number across the board, but again, this is going to be extremely useful to you guys. Now from there, let's go down here to the bottom left. This is like a big road. Let's visit this. This is like a big loop around with a bunch of different productions in it. So if we poke down and around, down here, we've got the tailor shop. I am stuck in the ceiling. Ah, crap, I knew this would happen. The tailor shop. Let's come over here. Let's see if we can. I know I get a lease and a buy. Don't worry about the leasing thing. That's not a mod in the game. Or that's not this. It's PC mod. As you can see, here we can only make clothes. Next up from that, we have the carpentry. Now, I'm going to go through the productions for these because, well, apparently they are changed up a little bit, and I'm kind of excited to see what we see here. Let's go ahead and lease again. Again, don't worry about my leasing. It's fine. Everybody's fine. But in here, we got furniture from Planks Long, Planks, and Wood. Right across the road from that, we are going to have our soup factory. This is your soup. So it looks like they've just used base game productions on this, and they're not going to be using any custom buildings or anything like that. Let's take a look at what we get. Carrot soup, parsnips, tomato soup, red beet soup, and triple soup. And right below that, we have cereal factory. And here's your cereals. We've got chocolate, long grain rice, raisins, and rice. If we zoom out and head down here to the left-hand side, here we have our BGA, and in order to get the land that it's on, you have to get the BGA. So if I click this, for example, or click the areas around it, I guess is going to be the way to do it here. Farmland, there you go. So you have to buy the BGA in order to have the land that's around it. Here's your BGA setup right here. Massive dueling silos on either side of each other, and then a humongo setup all around it. So let's go in here. We'll take a look. Manure, silage, slurry, and sugar beet cut. Pretty much what you would expect from these. And now that I've gotten rid of my BGA, you can see I don't own that land anymore, but we've got the land everywhere else. So there is that. Now, if we go from there and we make our way, right to the middle, we have our Cooper. In the Cooper, we can make a barrel from Planks Long, Planks. We also have a bathtub from Planks Long and Planks, and a bucket from Planks Long and Planks. Just to the right of that, we have our bakery. My favorite place. Gotta love it. In the bakery, we've got plenty of things here. So you've got bread from flour and rice flour. You also have a brioche bun. You've got cake from flour or rice flour. Cookies. You can make dough, a donut, pancake. Oh, Yos is going to be happy. You got a pizza, a sandwich, and waffles. Oh my goodness. You got all kinds of stuff in here. To make waffles, you got flour, sugar, butter, bottled milk, strawberries, and canola oil. I am curious about the pancake. Flour, eggs, canola oil, soy milk, and honey. Not too bad. Not too bad. Sounds like a pretty good pancake. Yos, what do you think? This is the best way to make a pancake. Now from there, we're going to go down to the bottom left-hand corner of the map to the potato processing plant. So that one time slow. This is a really, really big area of the map. And just to show you just how massive of an area this is, we also have really, really big fields right beside it. So if you're wanting to do potatoes, I would definitely recommend to put them in those. And then you never have to worry about a thing. Hey, do they still have the shrubbery that you can remove? Oh my goodness. I think they do. Hey, we got to talk about that later. For now, I've got potatoes on the brain. So let's talk about potatoes. Let's get this thing. So potato chips, and potato chips. You can bake them with sunflower oil, canola oil, or olive oil. Olive oil potato chips. I don't know how those would be. Then from there, we are going to make our way kind of down here to the bottom. There is one other production up here, but that's a sawmill. That'll probably be the last one we talk about. So let's head here to 71. Is that it? Yeah. And then not 71, this thing, the sugar mill. Kaboom. Every time I back up, there's trees everywhere. Goodness gracious, so many trees. In our sugar mill, we have sugar beet cut. We also have sugar beet sugar and sugar cane sugar. So we can make plenty of sugar. Just to the right of that is our grape processing plant. And this drops us off to the side. I do like the way this looks on the front. I think that's super cool. All right, let's head over here. Grape processing will give us grape juice and raisins, as is tradition. And now the fun begins, because we have productions here at the bottom. Lots and lots and lots of productions down here. Just to give you an idea, I'm gonna go up in the air and just show you this whole area. Those are all productions minus the warehouse, which is quite big, to be fair. I will admit that. As we take our descent, we will take another look at what we've got here on this. So, what is this? Buy or lease this building. What is that on the map? Oh, it's the oil mill. That was the first one I was going to go to, then. My bad. So we got canola oil, olive oil, rice oil from long grain rice oil from regular rice, soybean oil, and sunflower oil. Just north of that, we have our dairy right here. And in here, there's a lot of stuff. So we have buffalo milk bottled, buffalo mozzarella, buffalo milk butter, goat milk butter, regular milk butter, cheese, chocolate, bottled goat milk, goat cheese, bottled milk, soy milk, and yogurt. To the right of that, we have the paper mill over through here. If I can remember how to get in here. Yay! And jump. We can get this, and we can see our paper mill. We have carton roll, and we also have a paper roll. And then if we take one more sneaky peek right here, we got two more. We visit the cement factory, of course, right here, just beside everything else. Click that, and we can see through the cement factory, we have cement blocks, cement bags, and roof plates. Very, very cool through there. The last one is going to be the preserved food factory right here. And let's see if I can remember where in the world the front door is. I need help. Is the front door around towards the back? There it is. Hey, got it. Let's see what we could do through here. So we have canned peas. We have jarred green beans, kimchi, noodle soup from flour, noodle soup from rice flour, preserved food beetroot, food carrots, parsnips, long grain rice bag, regular rice bag from rice. I think there may be an issue with those. Rice box from long grain rice, and spinach bag. And that is all of our sell stations right through there. If we go straight north, here we've got the grain mill. Now, I'm excited about the grain mill because up through here we have barley flour, canola flour, corn flour, oat flour, rice flour for long grain rice and regular rice, sorghum flour, soy flour, and wheat flour. If we take a look at the grain mill itself and we do a nice little cheeky visit here, we can see it is, oh, that is more stuff. There's stuff everywhere. You know what? I'm just going to fly. This is easier. This is an insanely humongo grain mill. I believe the same grain mill or a modified version from Farming Simulator 22. Yeah, 22 on the American map. At least it looks kind of similar to that. But there's a ton of stuff over here. It's an insane setup. Production, at least for the amounts, nothing too wild and crazy. So for all things considered, it does appear that all of the modified things are going to be more of like the animals and the amount of animals and not so much anything else. As a matter of fact, there are a couple things that do seem a bit nerfed, like the pricing that you get for the different crops. So there is that too. Now let's head over here. We've got one more place to visit, and that is going to be our saw mill. Let me turn off the flight because I'm going to be going all over the place. Again, more room, more areas to go around. You've got all of your pallets, stuff right through there. And, just looks nice. Do we have a view? Give me a view. Not a bad view. Yeah, I'll take it, especially with a tractor out there working. Get up here, get some work done. Not bad at all. Let's take a look real quick here. We have wood from planks long. We also have wood from planks, wood or prefab beam or wall, crap, and then wood beam from wood. I need to learn how to speak. And as for production change, that is it. We did mention that there would be like others. So of course you've got your animal dealer down there. Down here we have the warehouse, which is nice. And then you've got your farmhouse up there, but nothing too wild and crazy. All right. Now, for everybody who's still with me, in Farming Simulator 19, you could cut these and they would delete parts of the fence. So I'm a little bit curious about that. So let's go in here. Let's just get ourselves a chainsaw and see if that still works. Yeah. Yeah, it works. Works great. Works shockingly almost too well, I think. There we go, cut that. Hey! So if you need to get ready to expand your farm, yum! I love how like the little piece of wood just like goes. Actually, there was a, wait, hang on. It says there's a little piece of wood right there. See that? Whoa. I think it thinks the wood's somewhere else. Yeah, I don't. we gotta work on that. Here we go. Let me just use my a little chopperooski from straight down. Just chops it in half. Whatever. I've got the lumberjack mod. It's not happy with me right now, but nonetheless, this works and works great. So with the map, there are no like new crops. However, we do have new production chains, and unfortunately, I haven't gone through and even done all the ones that are in the base game yet. I know cookies is definitely not one. Dough or donuts, those are not right. And yeah, I think we have those, don't we? Yeah, we've got those. But there's other stuff too. We're just kind of going through here. Napa cabbage, is that one? I don't actually know. I should probably do more stuff in the base game than just kind of doing the same thing over and over and over again. Although I do really enjoy the way that I play. All kinds of other stuff down through here too. I know yeast and yogurt are brand new. Waffles, those of course are brand new. So there's some neat stuff in here. Soybean oil, that's brand new. And you can see the price fluctuation with that. Pricing again changes up from crop to crop. For example, wheat in new farmer mode and everything. I mean, you'd be getting over $1,000 for it, but here, not even. 609 is going to be the top. There's a couple other things that either when the game releases or in a future update will be added or changed. For example, the use for electric charge other than selling or using for electric vehicles. That's going to be added. That's pretty darn cool. It also says that walls, hedges, and fences will have snow. So that's not something I've shown off today. However, that will be something that is added in the first version. Obviously, we talked about being able to buy the whole map and the bakery and dairy having new lines, which is very nice. Also, the grain mill accepting new crops to make flour. Some pretty cool stuff, man. There's some pretty cool stuff being added with this map, and it's really nice to see it coming back. One last thing, just because it's so nostalgic, I want to take a little cruise from the main farm shop all the way up to our farm. So we go through here. There's going to be a bridge up here on our left-hand side. There it is. We go through the bridge, in and out of this little roadway right here. I love this because you could buy like all of the farmlands up here and just be good. Straight through Newbie Farm sign, and you are home free, baby. It's going to be a really sweet map. Now let's see what kind of trouble we can get into in New Farmer mode. It is very, very foggy this early in the morning, but that is all right. Let's jump in here and we'll take a look at the farmlands that we get in New Farmer modes. We'll go over to Farmland, and you can see up here at the top, we get 16, which is a little bit out of the way from the rest of them. Of course, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 right here. If we also click on 57, that's going to be our entire farm itself. So there is that. You also have this guy right here, which is Farmland 51, although I think that's going to be all of the logging areas on the outside of it. You still may want to buy it just to be able to have that, expand any farms or anything like that, but that's pretty cool. Otherwise, nothing else is owned. Now, if we go down here into vehicles, unfortunately, we have to do these like in order, alphabetical, because, well, there's no other way to do it. So we get an Agramass plow. We have the Albert Bell Spike, Anderson Bell Loader, Breedle Spreader, Bednar Cedar, Case IH Baler, Deutz-Fahr 8280 TTV, or the Deutz-Fahr 8 series. You also have a Fendt 516, Laris Roller, Lizard Dragon, which is kind of cool for this map. You also have Massey Ferguson 7S. We also get the Massey Ferguson 8570. Sorry that clicked down. Every once in a while, my triggers just go. You also have a header and a header trailer for that. Pottinger Tedder, Quickie Front Loader, Silo King Trailed Line, that's going to be your feed mixer, Smaz Front, and a half rear mower, as well as the Smaz Windrow, Shoemaker Rapid Loader. We also get the Weifu, I think is the last one, yeah, the Weifu HMZ 340 3000. It's like a forklift. It goes on your tractors. Pretty cool. As far as stuff that we get, we do have 89,000 liters of straw, which is pretty darn cool. Our chickens are already full of eggs, so whenever you load in a new farm mode, go ahead and move these eggs out of the way. You're going to need to do that. If we come over and check out our cows, we don't have any milk or slurry, although we do have 44,500 liters of food and straw, so that is pretty nice. And if we go all the way up here to this cow barn, they have the exact same thing, food and straw, but nothing else. I'm telling you what, man, you get some really nice stuff to start off with in New Farmer mode with this map. I love it so much. And that is it. A huge, humongo thank you to CavalierRoy for sending over his Riverview farm map to take a look at ahead of its release for all platforms. Again, they are also the creator of Ebony Island, Maple Farm, and Glen Lethan, just to name 3 that you guys have probably played on before in previous games. Nonetheless, big shouty out to him. Thank you for watching. If you got any questions about the map, please let me know. Otherwise, just have an awesome day. I'll catch you in the next one.